This is sisters Ashley and Angela.
And this is Sister Rooy.
Hey guys.
Hey.
It feels like I have not talked to my sister in ages.
Although we've seen each other almost every day not really almost every day, but I mean, we did the staycation.
Doesn't it seem so
and like
long
4th
ago,
of July. We did all these things.
I feel like it's been so long ago.
No, it hasn't even been that long since we recorded.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Anyway.
Bare naked ladies.
Okay, nice.
Yes.
Moving on. So, first question.
Okay.
Have we recorded in these chairs?
No.
Really? This is the first time?
Yeah, because we got them and then didn't record for a long time. And then...
Since Mother's Day,
yeah,
that you got these chairs from Justin.
Justin got me these chairs. They're like glorified floor cushions, but they're comfy, more comfy than the floor, which is what we've been sitting on and rocking. And now we can actually rock, but we won't. And yeah, that was Mother's Day. And we haven't recorded because...
We haven't recorded sitting on these because we recorded at my house one time.
One time, yes.
Yeah. So, anyway, I was just like, I don't remember recording and sitting here and feeling this comfy. So...
Yes. It is very nice for
Shout
my butt.
out to Ashley's husband, Justin, for a great find. And here we are.
I've used them for like playing with Ace on the floor, but not to record our podcast, which is why we got two. One for you and one for me and our butts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was the answer to your question.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess I'll get into our whole topic of today.
Please do.
I was going to have the topic just be like lost and stolen things.
Right. Okay. That we've had stolen from us.
Yeah,
not
because
that we've
stolen
because I've already
what we've stolen.
Yeah, I've already just thrown it out there that I've stolen a bunch of stuff, and you stole the lipstick, so you know we're both a bunch of thieves.
Yeah, we're just terrible robbing people over here.
Robbing people. There's got to be a joke about a bird in there somewhere, but it just isn't.
You
coming
went
to me.
Robin as the bird? I went Robin as in like Robin the singer for some reason.
Oh, but then there's like Batman and Robin.
I did not go Robin and Batman, but I also had the thought of Robin Hood.
Robin and Batman saying it in that order is off-putting.
That was so strange and funny.
I will preface it with I'm sick right now. I'm a little under the weather, and my brain is foggy. So shout out to my friend Eric if you're listening. You know that I like to say that it's mom brain and pregnancy brain. This time it's just sick brain.
Well,
you're welcome.
Also, midnight when we've hit record on this, so.
Yeah. We're a little crazy for that right now, but
owls.
both husbands are on work trips and all the kids are down for sleep, and so this is when we get to do it.
It's so exciting.
So exciting.
We got our caffeine, got some Pepsi, Coca-Cola, cherry Coca-Cola. Although, I don't say Coca-Cola.
I was going to say, who says
so
cherry
weird.
Coca-Cola? It's just a Coke.
Yeah, cherry Coke.
Cherry Coke, yeah. But I have a Pepsi. That's just what was on sale.
Yeah. No, but I only added lost to the topic of lost and stolen because when we floated this idea of what we might talk about for an upcoming episode, Ashley was like, I don't think I've had anything stolen from me. So I was like, okay, well, I know you've had to have lost something.
I'm sure I have, but I did think of one thing, college years, that regards to stealing.
That we haven't talked about?
Yes.
Okay.
It was more from Justin, but, whatever. I'll count it.
Yeah, okay. Can't wait to get into that one.
But I did just have something pop into my mind about something I have lost.
I'm curious if I know what it is.
Ooh.
So, should I start with the main story for what prompted this
Yes,
whole
so
topic?
tell
anyway?
our listeners what prompted this.
Guys, I have never been so livid and emotional about a stupid object in my life. But I'm going to start with, there have been 2 things stolen from me that I am aware of. That I remember.
Yes.
That were pretty large. The first one was something that happened in Alabama. I owned a Prius at the time, and we found out that catalytic converters are somewhat very easy to steal from a Prius, and we are 99.9% positive that whoever stole my catalytic converter from my Prius used it to create meth in Alabama. It's just
what it's known for being stolen for.
Yeah, like people who make meth use catalytic converters for these things.
And you just lived in the middle of nowhere, not really in a crowded neighborhood or anything.
Not at all.
I feel like someone would have had to go out of their way to just be searching. And did you find out if anybody on the same street got any other converters stolen?
No. It was crazy. I only know also the time that this happened because a neighbor saw a car parked in front of our house that was between the hour of 4 a.m. to 5 a.m.
Up to no good.
He said, "Man, I wish I had my gun on me." That's where
good old Alabama.
Yep. And anyway, because he thought, oh, like maybe friends or something was staying the night and parked their car on the street. Like, it would not have looked crazy, even though we had so much room on our driveway. But in talking with our neighbors, he was like, yeah, I actually saw this car. So we knew the make and model of the car. And I posted on Nextdoor. Someone else who knew of this guy who drove a similar car, she was also pretty positive that she knew who it was.
What? I don't know if I knew this.
Oh, yeah. And we gave all of the leads and information that we had to the detective who was helping us work the case, but we didn't have any proof. We didn't have any cameras at our house at that time. Like, it just...
Is this why you got the camera?
This is exactly why we bought the camera. And anyway...
We'll go back to that later.
Yeah, when we ended up getting it replaced for my Prius, the guy who was working the car shop was saying, like, yeah, you are not the first Prius to just have this stolen because, like, people are always coming in here because it's so easy to take off. And so it's just the fact that, man... It was like one time I left my car out in the driveway. I rarely do that. We always had room in our car to have park both of our cars between Jake and me.
Garage.
What did I say?
Car. I had room in my car.
Oh, yeah, in my car. No, we could always park both cars in our garage, and for some reason didn't park it in the garage. And the next time I drove my car, I'm on my way to play some ultimate frisbee practice with some girls.
Tracks.
And, I'm backing up, and holy cow, I had a heart attack because of how loud the Prius was. When you're expecting quiet, and you get just this huge rumble and roar. I was not anticipating that. Anyway, scared the bejesus out of me. Long story short, had my catalytic converter stolen right out in front of my yard. Terrible. Which brings me to stolen object number 2.
Question. So do you know if they... Oh, well, you said that they didn't have any proof. So
yeah, we didn't have any...
didn't really get any...
No. It was just more like probably added to the case of the police to eventually catch this guy. But there was nothing that we could...
And are these converters on every car, or they're just known on Priuses? Or they're just known to be super easy to take off on Priuses?
They're known to just be super easy to take off on Priuses. I am not about to talk car details and just make a fool of myself because I don't know much.
Well, if you own a Prius, try to park it inside.
Yeah.
If you live around a sketchy area. You didn't really live in a sketchy area, though.
No, it really wasn't.
It was out in the middle of nowhere. You had no lights. When we made our drives up to you guys, 10 hours, by the time we got there, it was pitch black.
It was.
I couldn't see nothing. And you guys have some weird turns, curves. And I grew up we grew up in the middle of nowhere in Illinois.
We did. Pitch black. It really reminded me of living out there.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Things happen.
It really does. So, that happened. And I don't think we even filed an insurance claim because the deductible that we had was so high. And so it would not have been worth to, file any type of claim for it. And so here we are. It was just man, that sucked. Moved on. And that brings me to this year when Jake and I are preparing for a family gathering to celebrate Easter.
Oh, yes.
Yes. This year.
Yep. Easter dinner?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't on Easter because this happened on Good Friday. I am very aware that this happened on Good Friday because I always made the comment to Jake, I can't believe someone stole Mo on Good Friday. So anyway, to catch our listeners up on who Mo is.
Who's Mo?
Mo is one of my favorite objects that I have ever purchased in my life.
We talked about it previously.
Yes. Jake, I think, would also agree. This allows us to not have to mow our own yard.
Let me tell you, I'm not having fun over here.
In the heat of Florida, especially.
Nope.
But anyway, Mo is our automatic lawnmower. He is very similar to the concept of a Roomba, but for your lawn, and he is constantly cutting your grass in tiny little increments. And when he runs every day, all the time, the lawn looks fantastic, and you don't have to do anything.
I mean, you'll eventually have to, weed whack and edge, but your yard doesn't really seem to have a problem with that. Justin and I have talked about getting a automatic lawnmower, but our yard, we have the sidewalks and the fence in the back, obviously. You have a fence, too, and you move it. But mostly just, the sidewalks, and I feel like our grass is very different than your grass.
It is.
Ours is,
thicker. However, I don't think the sidewalks are something that you should think you would have an issue with. Because technically, you can set it up to even, cross your own driveway. I'm pretty sure Jake told me that. So there would be ways to get around that.
Well, I don't know.
Talk to Jake.
The edging, and we don't mind mowing. It's the edging and the weed whacking. Mostly the edging. I actually enjoy the weed whacking, too. The edging might just be that our edger is terrible, but I don't know. It's newish, so it shouldn't be terrible.
That is funny because I have our neighbor who actually said he enjoys edging, and I've never used his edger to know. He's said that we could borrow his tools or whatever because he's seen Jake at one point using our manual edger, which broke last year sometime. We don't have any type of edger.
I know, you were asking to borrow mine, and I was like, sure, you can give a whack at it. I mean, but again, I think your grass is very different than mine.
Yeah, I think so too. But Mo would be able to cut that grass.
I'd be curious. Oh, I'm not worried about Mo cutting the grass, but I'd be curious on your neighbor's edger, what kind of edger they got.
It is gas powered, I believe.
Do you know if it's a blade or a string?
I have no idea.
These are the things.
Anywho, so someone stole our robotic lawnmower, who we affectionately have always called Mo, since the day we got him.
Yeah, they named it like a pet because he's literally roaming the yard like a pet.
And everyone in our current neighborhood knows about Mo.
Ace and I will drive up to your house and he'll be like, "Where's Mo?" Or we'll see Mo and he's like, "There's Mo."
Everyone knows about Mo, and we love Mo.
Mo's part of the family.
He really is. He is. And I didn't realize truly how much Mo was until this stupid incident.
It didn't help that you were postpartum.
Oh, no. Yeah, add that into the mix. Goodness, I did feel really upset about how upset I was with the whole situation.
But, I mean, he cost a lot of money, and you are a frugal person, and you were an emotional person, and you were postpartum with a newborn baby. So, Mo was stolen, and if anything, I think you were just angry, and that got you, sad.
Real amped. Sad, amped, raging, one might say. Anyhow.
All I know is this big Easter dinner, Angela and I had prepared to surprise our dad and make this dish.
Oh, yeah.
For Easter dinner. And it's called a city chicken. And it's delicious, but it's a long process. So it's kind of like a 2-day process. Well, we make it a 2-day process because it's just easier that way. So the night before, I was actually there skewering.
Jinx!
Skewering meat.
Yes.
And seasoning it and stuff. But I left, and I'm pretty sure, like, you just see Mo. He's got a headlight, too. And so, you know. Oh, wait. Is his headlight broken?
His headlight has actually been broken for a couple years now.
All right. Well, whatever. Maybe it was my headlight, and it shines a light on him as I go by. He's in the yard.
Yeah.
And so then the next morning, I believe, you were supposed to tell me when our parents were going to arrive.
Oh,
because
yes.
Angela can see where my parents are because my mom has her...
She shared her location with me, always.
And now we know where she is at all times. Which, you know, is honestly good.
It's actually super helpful.
And so, and also they'll text us, like, hey, we're on the way to whoever's house they're going to.
Yeah.
And so Angela was supposed to text me when they were on the way. And I texted you a meme that morning. So I was clearly, like, not really getting ready. And you're just like, totally. Parents will be here any minute. Sorry I didn't text when they left. They're 5 miles away. And I'm just like, sister. We will not be there. Because the whole reason why I wanted to be there was for my dad to be surprised and, like, for us to show him the surprise of what was going to be on the menu.
So many things just ruined the morning.
So, yeah, you're just like, all good. Just let me know your ETA. And then you said, you'll find out why when you're here. I'm like, oh, no.
Oh, yeah. What did you think when you got that message?
Honestly, I thought that they just didn't tell you they left and that they just showed up early or something because that is their MO.
Yeah, that could have happened.
And that is all I texted you. And I just remember I showed up, walked in the door. You guys were all on the back patio by the pool. And I just came out, looked at you, and you were just like, Mo is gone. And I was like, what? And you just said, Mo has been taken.
Like the movie Taken.
Like the movie. And I was like, what do you even mean?
I know.
And you're like, there has been police, there has been chaos, and with that, I will hand it back over to you.
Just pure ridiculousness. Yeah, this was Jake's and my, like, first time where we're having really the whole family that lives in Florida at our house. That was more, not super local, but, like, you know. So one of our bigger events, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Where we were like, okay, just want everything to go well. And like Ashley said, we were also having a more legitimate meal for everybody that took some time and effort.
Yes.
And so I can't remember if it was 9:24 or 10:24 a.m. I think it was 9:24 a.m. without looking at all of my notifications, that I would have seen that Mo had gone outside his alarm, or his boundary, because it was instant. I don't check my phone, as I think we've talked on other previous episodes, but Jake went out because he saw an email alert. We got, like, phone mobile app notification from the Husqvarna is the brand of what Mo is. And Jake went out to look for Mo in our yard. And he's calling me in the morning. I had just seen him in the house. And I'm like, why are you calling me? And he's like, someone took Mo. And I just was same as Ashley when she heard the news. I was like, what? How can that be? And he just gives me Zach, or maybe it was Emma. I don't remember. I just have a baby in my arms.
Yeah.
And I'm walking outside, seeing Jake also just go back and forth in our yard just to be sure he's not caught in all of the usual places, whatever. Stuck outside our boundary wire, because that's really, you set up your own little kind of wire fence that's underground that you wouldn't see, but that's how Mo stays contained and knows where to go in your yard. So anyway, yes, we verify that it is true. The app and the email notifications are not wrong. Mo is gone. And we open the app. You can see the location of where Mo is. And he is just a 5-minute walk down the street across a couple roads. And we're like, do we just go get him? And at this point, I always kind of assume the worst sometimes with what could happen.
Yeah.
Hashtag intrusive thoughts. Hashtag listen to our prior episode.
Yep.
And so I'm like, this is at a house of our neighborhood that we've never met these neighbors. We don't even know the neighbors that live around this house. So we don't know who these people are, what could have happened, whatever. And so...
But there was also, they had a lot of land, and there was
Yes.
a fence and a gate
Yeah,
to,
it
like,
was
even
gated.
get into their driveway.
Yeah.
So it's not like they could have just walked right in.
Yeah, thank you. Because Jake also, I don't know if I had to talk him out of trying to go and scope it out. I don't think it really took a lot of effort to really be like, no, we probably should call the police first, all this stuff, whatever. But Jake does call the police, and at the same time, for our meal, I needed like 2 or 3 crucial ingredients for, I think maybe a dessert I was making for the meal later. The
Probably.
Easter meal for family. So anyway, I am taking the kids and going to pick up these items real quick from the grocery store while Jake waits at the house and finishes doing other things before the party, and hope that the cops come quickly. So at the same time, I pick up my items and I'm going back from the grocery store back home, and I know that my neighbor, girlfriend, that we go on walks with around the same time as it is this day on Friday, I know that she's possibly walking in our neighborhood. And we head down this road that goes past this house that has Mo, according to our app. So I call up my girlfriend and I'm like, hey, you on your walk? She's like, actually, yes. I'm like, so someone took Mo. And she's like, what? Of course, because she also loves Mo, as the whole neighborhood does. So she was not going to head toward this house yet. She was going to do a shorter loop, but she was like, I'm turning towards that way now. Just to see if she can see Mo from where he is.
From the road.
From the road. Because, yes, like Ashley said, it is a very long driveway. It is gated inside, and
But also,
you can't see everything.
you said that Mo has an alarm, like once he's taken out of the boundary,
Yes.
he goes off.
Yes.
So-
it's an annoying, very loud,
So you should be able to
blatant
hear him
alarm.
too.
True. So my girlfriend, she's walking by, and I'm on the phone with her. And she's like, I'm walking, not seeing anything. Sad. So I was like, okay, appreciate you checking. And I was like, that's all you need to do. I don't need to get you involved. Cops are on their way, all this stuff. And I come into the driveway and actually see that Jake is talking to a cop already. So I'm like, great. They actually got there within an hour of us probably calling them. Maybe 2. I don't remember. But pretty quickly from, I guess how long it could have taken.
For being a non-emergency number, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So we fill out the police report, all of that. And yes, I am reminded of how much we did pay for good old Mo. And it was over $2,000, people. Crazy. This took a pretty penny for us to even pull the trigger on buying this robotic lawnmower.
And it's his second home. You guys had him in Alabama, too.
I know. The amount of work and effort that we went to install a wire, personally ourselves. I won't remind Jake because he was very upset to do it a second time.
Yeah.
But we did it, and I love him for it. Helping reinstall another mow boundary wire.
But anyway. there's automatic lawnmowers out there that you don't need the wire for.
Now, yes, actually, an upgraded version of Mow. It
Mow
costs like double.
Mow 2.0?
Costs double at this point in time, I think. But you can actually install a wireless boundary wire that would not require all of this install. Okay. So that did not exist when we bought Mow the first time.
Okay.
So we fill out the police report, and the whole time, for the rest of the day, we're checking, has Mow left? Because, at this point, people are now arriving. I basically arrive, fill out the police report, and my parents pull in right when the cops are leaving. So then, it was like the whole neighborhood was just now...
anytime there's a police officer at a house, neighbors be nosy.
They checking in. So first I already had my girlfriend who's, checking in and seeing how effective potentially the police are after we let her know that, yes, we filled out all of what we could for the police report, and she checks in within an hour to see, because the cops are basically like, we're going to go knock and see if we can enter this property, because if they don't let you through the gate, even though if you saw anybody there, like, they can't just enter, even if they saw anybody. Like, the gate has to be opened. Even though it's so easy to potentially, honestly, just climb over the gate.
Hop the gate.
Like, afterwards, hindsight, when Jake and I were just talking about the whole situation, Jake was wondering if he should have just asked the cop, what if you trespass because you saw somebody else trespassing, like me, trying to go see if I can find Mow.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, yeah, all the things that you just start talking about when you are starting to lose hope. So, cops leave, parents arrive, and then the neighbors right next door to us start checking in, and they're like, what's going on? We're talking about Mow being gone. And so then, they somehow talked to the guy across the street, who we also love. And, he's coming up to me at some point while I'm, like, getting the mail or taking either the trash can out to the road. I don't know what I was doing. It must have been getting the mail because it was Friday. And he's like, I heard Mow's gone. And he's the one, of all people, who has
traveled quickly in the neighborhood.
Super. He would be the guy, though, that I go to for all the weapons.
In the apocalypse?
And I believe, he had offered. He was like, I'll go down and get them. I'm like, I'll go check. Like, guys, he has an accent and everything. We love him. But I was like, no, we'll see if the cops, will
do anything.
But as the cops had left, they said, if we're back within 30 minutes, then Mow's back with you. If we're not back in that time, you can assume it's got to go to a detective, pretty much. And
SOL.
Like, okay, yeah, pretty much. So,
But didn't your neighborhood girlfriend, too, say that she was going to let, neighborhood watch know? She has, another text thread that she was texting out.
Oh, yeah. Well, she sent me later some jokes that were being made. I should honestly pull some of them up because they were great. But her husband sent to their little neighborhood group that they have a group text for, I guess, apparently, because they all live in a cul-de-sac. And he was being serious and sincere about the fact that, hey, the people who have the robotic lawnmower, they have it stolen.
Everybody knows Mow.
So he was like, I know we don't do a great job of locking up, and just heads up, hey, be just kind of aware. And it also reminded me, the guy who I said he would probably have all the weapons that you would need, he had also informed us that he had seen some people casing our neighborhood. He saw some shady people, a week ago, but a week before Good Friday, I guess, where he he is not afraid at all to like make it known that he knows you are not where you should be.
Right.
Like he saw these people pretty much, a guy in a van, and he went up and took pictures of the guy. He was like, if the police need anything, if this is possibly a lead for whatever, he was like, I got something, maybe.
Good
I was like, appreciate you. But I really don't think these guys were involved. Who knows? But we were just spitballing, possibly also. Mo can sometimes just stop on certain areas of our yard if he's not connected. So,
and he gets pretty close to the road.
Yeah. So he was actually mowing.
Like, I gotta watch out for Mo sometimes.
You do, yeah. He gets close.
Yeah.
So Mo, this morning that he was taken, he was mowing on our side yard, which does require us to carry him across our driveway, and he'll do his thing, but he'll mow until his battery is done and depleted, and we have to move him back to the charger. So he was mowing that area where he did get stopped, and our neighbor from across the road did mention he saw that he was stopped near the road. So we were like, well, whoever picked him up probably will have had in the back of their head, if they were ever caught, that they were only picking it up because they thought he was trash, like, because he was kind of possibly near our driveway, even though where it was like feet away from our driveway. And they also potentially could have used the excuse they thought he was scrap or something. That's where my head is like, if they were
not a lot of
smart,
people see a robotic lawnmower.
I know.
I'm just like, what did you want to do with him? Because you can't use him.
I know.
You need boundary wires, and
Especially,
he's making a loud noise right now, going
especially
off.
if he's got an alarm. So anyway, where we can see that Mo was taken to in the app, it does a really great job. It shows you the satellite view and where trees and house are. It's just like looking at a Google map, satellite view of everything.
Yeah.
So I see, though, that Mo is slightly off of this driveway. And I see him kind of being moved a little bit. He's not just staying in one spot. So in my head, I go to the worst things. I'm like, great, somebody is just using him and banging him across all these trees in their forest because they can't turn his alarm off.
Shut this thing up.
I'm like, and it's such a simple little switch to turn off Mo and the alarm and everything, but they obviously didn't, and the GPS was still going because his battery was still there. Like, he was not depleted at all. We could tell how much battery he had left, and so we just kept checking him for the rest of the day.
Yeah, so family shows up, I show up. I think I showed up separately than Justin that day, so then Justin showed up after, and we broke the news to him. Then we told the news to our brother and sister-in-law and everyone. I think, like, all the husbands, like our brother, our husbands, they were just like, just go over and hop the fence and take it back.
I know. And I'm just like, I don't know. We really should have, but at the same time, it was like we had all these people over. I was like, It was such a terrible time.
They ended up doing some sort of drive-by and never found him.
Yeah, the husbands, our husbands.
Yeah.
With Caden.
Yeah.
Your bonus son. He was also with them. So they just kind of up and left while some of us were saying goodbye to the rest of the crew. And they ended up meeting a few other neighbors to find out basically who we thought the people who took Mo were. Some other neighbors that Jake and Justin ended up talking to, they were like, no way did they do it. Like, it just seemed so out of their
They were like an older
character.
Couple, yeah.
But they had a business where it was like maybe employees or something, like somebody who worked for them, or maybe a client. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll never know. But anyway, so that was Good Friday for us, and we end it with seeing that Mo is still there, and in my heart, I'm like, do we go? Do I sneak over there? Like, all these things run in your head of like, he's still on, his GPS is still showing he is there. Like,
and I don't know if it was another day, because I don't know what happened in the days after, because it's all a little fuzzy now, but I know Justin went back and searched woods. He He went
back?
He had, like, cuts all over his legs.
When?
Between that, I don't know. He must have not had Ace with him.
That is news to me. Had no idea. Because the next day, Saturday, we checked the app and basically lost any type of new update from Mo around 2 p.m. So at that point, I was like, well, the detectives have all the information. We'll wait for them, hopefully on Monday or Tuesday. And I don't get any type of phone call from this police department until a week and a half later. I called them on the following Friday to leave a voicemail for the detective. And I didn't get a call back until, like, even the following week. I was just so flabbergasted at how slow that all happened.
They did not take Mo that seriously, or they had to do way more things to get a warrant in place. I don't know how it works.
What happened, did I tell you? I got a voicemail because the guy called me before 8 a.m. He returned my phone call before 8 a.m. A mother to a newborn. I just find it comical.
He don't know.
He don't know, fine. But I'm just like, anybody who has a brain, calling before business hours. That is before business hours, people. Don't call anybody before 8 a.m.
Typically, like, people will ask, when is a good time to call you? And I will always say, the afternoon. And that's what I would have told this police officer.
But how could I ever tell him? I could never get in touch. Still haven't.
Oh, jeez.
I called and left 2 different voicemails, and he did call back every time. But it was before 8 a.m. when I am sleeping. Trying to sleep. Oh, my gosh.
And what did he leave on the voicemail? Just like there was nothing new in the case?
No, the first. Oh, my gosh. This is bringing back so much. So the first time that he called back, he did call to say that there was absolutely no update for the case. Because they are working on other priority cases.
Right.
So he basically...
Mo is not priority.
Yeah. He basically confirmed that we were not priority. I'm like, already upset. But, like, to add that, fine, whatever. Lost complete respect for this guy. Anywho.
Hashtag Angela holds grudges.
No, but I'm also someone who worked in customer service, and so there's just some people just do not know how to communicate. There are better ways to have told me that there was just no update. You didn't have to say it wasn't priority.
Right, okay.
Okay. That was all Friday and Saturday of Good Friday and the following day. Fine. I basically fume for the next week to Jake of do we go over and check and talk to neighbors and all this stuff. And Jake is just always telling me, just like, chill. And we've done everything that we can do. And I felt like...
It is what it is.
I just felt like there was one last thing that we could have done, and that was to talk to all the other neighbors that surrounded this house, because there were 3 neighbors that we could talk to be like, hey, could we look in your yard to just see if Mo has been trashed to smithereens?
Dumped.
As I imagined he was. And anyway, so...
You guys ended up doing that.
We did. A week later, I mean, it was completely the longest time to put any distance in something that required to honestly act immediately if we were going to find anything.
Yes.
So we didn't find anything, though, when we talked to all 3 neighbors. They were all very lovely and nice. That was one benefit of this. We got to meet our neighbors and walk in their property and confirm that Mo was nowhere to be found. But we did find out from talking to all of these neighbors that there was one neighbor that seemed to be a troublemaker, but we just did not think that they were involved with this incident.
So at this point, Mo was no Mo. I really wanted to say that better, but it came not right. But Mo was no more.
Mo was no more. I really believed it. It was after we searched our neighbors' properties and did that last-ditch effort where I was like, he's gone.
We were declaring him trash at some point. Someone else had him and scrapped him.
I was just like, he is going to the landfill now. He was perfectly great and capable of that mow. I was sad. So after we did this last-ditch effort, I was emotional. As Ashley said and reminded me, I was postpartum. And so I actually don't feel bad crying about it now.
You're welcome.
Because I was so upset. I just couldn't imagine somebody just going and taking something. And for this to be the second time that something had been taken from our property, and I am reminded that a week before this all went down, I was supposed to help Jake fix our outside camera, our security camera.
Yes, where were the cameras, Angela?
Guys, I'm going to preface with, when we moved to the neighborhood that we currently live in, I have felt safe. I have trusted our neighbors, all of this stuff. And so to put our camera back onto, or install it onto our house, it has not been a priority.
Not priority.
We've been living in this house for over almost a year at that point. Almost 2 years?
2 years.
And so, yeah, but it had been sitting in our house in our utility area. And I was like, Jake, this has to be installed or I am selling it because it is a great camera but it's sitting here.
Right. But then Jake did install it.
He did install it.
It was up, but it was not working.
It was not working. He had asked me, as I mentioned, the week before he was installing it, and he had asked me to figure out why it wasn't connecting. And the thing is, he knew it required a call to the customer service. And Jake cannot handle talking to the customer service like
Jacob.
I can. Honestly, no one has such patience like me there are a few people who have a ton of patience.
I mean, I have nothing, this sounds terrible, I have nothing to do all day. I'm just, like, watching two kids. And so if Justin needs to wait on the phone for something, I'm like, give me the phone. I'll be on wait. Just have it in my ear. Yeah,
that's waiting. But, like, to talk with them and go through all the troubleshooting steps, all this stuff, especially for something technological, I'm like, give it to me, I'll do it.
Okay.
I'm really good at it. Like,
okay.
So anyway, he had asked me to do this. And so at the same time, I felt such guilt that this happened and we could have caught something when I had not called customer service to fix our camera. And it literally took a minute for whatever we needed to do for this thing.
Yeah, I recall you were kind of mad about that too.
Yeah. Weeks after when I get most
because
stolen,
I think I
fix it, and I'm like, psst.
Yeah, I think I showed up and I was like, oh, the camera's working, because yours is the one that like follows you. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, it's working. And I'm like, saw that you got that working now, and you're just like, took 30 seconds, don't want to talk about it.
Very pleasant people that I spoke to. But anyhow, we had that last-ditch effort, search for Mo. I feel devastated. I'm sad. All this stuff. Basically, another week passes, and I'm still fuming, kicking myself, all this crap.
But
and Jake is trying to still cheer me up.
And it's your 5-year wedding anniversary.
Exactly. Woo-woo! Which is why Jake is trying to cheer me up. So, fast forward to our anniversary date, where we are going golfing, recreating some lovely memories. And on this date, we're golfing, guys.
Yes, you're golfing, and I'm watching both of your kids for the first time.
Yes. Technically for the second time, because you did watch the kids temporarily for like 10 minutes when we talked to them.
Okay, I was watching them long term. They were both napping. They were both getting food. Like, I was watching 4 kids.
Yes, legitimately. Sister was the bomb. So,
bomb.com.
Jake and I are out on our date, like 45 minutes away from home. I say this because of what I'm about to tell you.
Building the suspense.
So we are golfing 18 holes, and if you don't golf. After the first 9, you take a break at the turn.
There's a turn.
So this is great because I have to pump my milk. I'm still breastfeeding my boy. So at the turn, I have set up and I see my phone for the first time in a couple of hours.
Because you're on a date and you never check your phone anyway.
Yeah, and so I'm just seeing if Ashley had texted us anything about the kids, whatever, and...
I texted you some cute photos.
Super adorable. And the other notification that I had on my phone was a notification from Mo. And I'm like, holy crap. And I'm looking through before I even say anything to Jake. I'm looking and checking where the location is, and it is downtown of where we are living.
Of where we live.
And I'm like, holy cow, Mo has moved. Someone has driven Mo from our neighborhood to downtown. And I immediately tell Jake. And Jake immediately texts the group of Ashley and her husband as well that we have. And we're just like, guys, Mo is on and he's downtown. And immediately Justin is just like, I'm on it.
He's like, I'm getting in the truck.
And we're just like, holy cow. And we're seeing, at that point while I'm pumping, because it takes about a 15-minute process, just seeing if Mo moves at any point. But we're able to text Justin the exact address of where Mo is. And we're just patiently waiting to see if anything happens. And Jake and I continue on to our date after I've pumped. And we're just seeing if Justin has any luck at all. So we are on now hole number 10. We're about to start the back 9. And we get a video call from Justin. And instantly when he video calls, I'm like, it's got to be good news. I hope. We're only hoping. So we answer, and Justin has Mo in the background. And we're just like,
he's like selfie mode with Mo. He's like, I got him!
Mo the celebrity now. And Jake was like, thanks, I can never top this anniversary present ever. Because of how devastated I really was for like the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I found the messages. Jake said, Mo's moved. And sends us a coordinate, the map, whatever,
exact
picture of where it is. And I was like, OMG, what?
Shooketh.
Jake just goes, are one of y'all free? Justin's like, send me. Put me in, coach. Send me. What a great response. Gives us the address. And then he was on his way. Like, literally, I don't think, he literally just got up and left. And, yeah, he called, said he couldn't understand
the guy.
This guy. Yeah, the guy didn't seem to really know what it was. Couldn't really tell him where he got him. But Justin was like, he's ours, we're gonna take him. It's like that Legally Blonde. I'm taking the dog. And Mo was reunited.
Oh, the rest is history. It
was a whirlwind of 2 weeks.
For sure. Heart. I
can't believe he made it out unscathed. And he's just happily in your lawn now.
I know.
We talked about putting signs like #FreeMo. We talked about putting a sign on Mo being like, I'm not trash.
I know. Honestly, we still need to probably add that and say he's
there.
Not scrap. Not scrap, not trash, and we have been a lot more diligent in...
And now your camera that's working.
Yes, and now the camera works, so we are all set up for success.
I just want to know if whoever took Mo goes back by your house and they're like, wait a minute, didn't I sell that to some guy or something?
I know.
I just want to know the story, but...
Because if the guy is telling the truth, who Justin picked up Mo from, Justin recorded this conversation, guys, with this guy, just
in case anything happened.
Yes.
You never know what you're going to get in our town.
No. another reason why I didn't just show up at this other house where we knew where Mo was.
But this was the middle of the day, so it was fine.
Exactly. So he did have a recording of this guy's conversation, and he was challenging to understand, especially when he was talking about Mo. And we are not sure if that was intentional or if he just really is who he is and couldn't understand him. But according to him, he thought he was just someone else's trash, thought he was one of those robotic mop things, which I don't know what robotic mops are that big.
Yeah.
Because Mo is pretty hefty, guys. He's at least 50 pounds.
And, like, just large in width and...
Yeah, he is, like, triple the size of a Roomba.
Yeah.
So, anyway, not a mop. But that is the story of Mo. And Mo is still there, guys.
And how you got things stolen from you.
And I'm just so happy that I didn't have to go for a Mo 2.0.
Yeah. You were about to look into, like, your card for fraud and...
Yeah, the credit card.
Insurance and whatever.
The credit card for potential theft, and if it was covered since we purchased it with our credit card. That was the very last thing I needed to look into.
Yeah.
But
it was a 5-year anniversary miracle.
So good. So happy. I guess we'll save the topic of things that we've lost for another day, huh?
I suppose so, because that took up the entirety of this episode.
Who would have known? Mo would have taken up the whole
My stories
show.
will take up like 5 minutes.
I know. I really did have a story about something that was lost, but we'll just leave that, I guess, on a cliffhanger for a future episode.
Well, on that note, then, you'll have to tune in on those future episodes. But you can find us at our Instagram at sister.rooy, R-O-O-Y. And we have a Facebook as well.
Yeah, check out the Facebook page and give us some likes, shout-outs. We need comments, people.
Yeah, comment. And let us know if you have a robotic lawnmower, because I don't know anybody else who does.
Oh, yeah, let us know. Or if you've had something stolen, if you got a good story, we're all ears.
All ears. We want to communicate. Chat us up!
Yes.
Bye.
Okay, bye.